guys, it's Rebecca Oberstadt. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about this Lilly Lashes Lash Enhancing Serum called Level Up. I got this in a Trendmood 1 box. This is a $65 product, and I've been using it for about 2 weeks, and I have stopped the past 2 days because I was using an eye cream that I was having some issues with from, I just threw it on the floor, from Ceramatic. So I started using both of these products at the same time, but I had to stop using this for other reasons. I didn't notice anything spectacular with this. So if you're curious about what I went through, some of the pros and cons with this, and just some general information that I noticed after using it for 2 solid weeks, then keep watching because I'm going to be getting into that. And this is just a miniature review. So yeah. I got this in my Trendmood 1 box, and I think this was a mystery box. It could be box 13. I'll have to look, and I'll try and leave it linked down below. There's only a couple of her boxes that I've actually missed because I couldn't afford to get them. And her boxes are such a good deal that they're worth buying. Like, legit, every time they're worth buying, because even if there's something I can't use in it, then I can sell it off, you know, recoup some of the cost of the box. So I was excited to see this because I've seen like the Grande Lash and the other lash serums and the ones that used to be promoted on TV that, what was it, Brooke Shields, it caused the color of her eye to change to brown or something. So, which I think is some sort of like heterochromia or whatever disorder. But the lash serum that she was using, there was a disclaimer that they had to put on TV after a while, and this was years and years back, about how it could potentially change the color of your eyes. And I'm like, so I was interested in some of this stuff. I have naturally long lashes anyways, and I do have some footage of me using this several times. I recorded it with my phone. I tried to make sure that I did like where I would record and I would do this so that you could see my actual lashes in the mirror as I was filming, so that you guys could see like the difference from one side to the other. I did not use it on this side. I only used it on this side. So first we're going to talk about some pros, and then I will get into some cons. So the pros I noticed was it was easy to use. I mean, it is kind of idiot proof. So there's a little brush applicator on here, and it has product on it. And then I would run it over my eyebrow, and I have like a wild eyebrow hair that's growing in, and it's growing straight up, man. It's going whoop, and I'm like, okay, well, it's happy, I'll leave it. It's like in with my other regular brow hairs and stuff, and I could trim it, but I really just don't give a shit. So the first thing that I noticed was that the lashes on this side, most of my lashes they're like brown at the base, and then halfway up the shaft of the hair, it turns to blonde. So the major thing that I noticed with this lash serum was that my lashes looked darker from root to tip. So even if I take my mirror now, and look at my lashes, these lashes still look more blonde on the ends than these do. So these lashes look noticeably darker. They look darker at the base than they do at the tips, which, you know, is common, but they're darker, like more of the lash is darker than it was before. I also noticed that there was a little bit more fullness at the base of the lash. So like, it's almost like my, the bottom of my lash was pumpets of iron. You know, it was a little thicker appearing. It didn't, of course, your lashes take 3 to 4 months to replace once they fall out. So that's why they say, like, don't, you know, rip out your eyelashes. You can do this like lightly to get any like loose ones or whatever, but don't intentionally like pull on your lashes, and don't rip mascara off your lashes, because that can cause your lashes to fall out. And again, it takes 3 to 4 months for that hair to grow back. I think your eyebrows actually grow back faster than your lashes do. So not a good thing. And I have a condition where my eyelashes grow in places they're not supposed to. So I have them grow on my waterline. Sometimes they grow facing up. Sometimes they grow lower than they're supposed to. So I do have that condition, and I'll like put the word on the screen as to whatever the hell it's called, because I can't ever remember the proper name of it. But I do have some like wild hairs and stuff that grow on my eyelids. I have one over here that's growing right next to the skin tag that is on my eyelash. So it's growing above my lash line. I have a couple on the outer edge that actually grow in the waterline. So it always feels like I've got something stuck in my eye when I don't, because there's actually a flippin' hair growing there. It's a whole lot of fun. So the other thing that I noticed was that besides the thickness at the base and the color change, it seemed like the lashes on the outer edge seemed to actually be growing longer than normal. I saw some of the before and after pictures of people using it for like 8 weeks and 12 weeks, and how like the center of the lash was growing longer. You could visibly see the lashes in the front growing longer. I noticed the outer edge growing a little bit longer than normal, but that was it. That's where the pros stop. So the cons to using this product are, I start here and then work my way out and then come back in and then do the inner part, because more than once I go to use this and I'm like, oh my God, my eye is on fire. The eye cream was already burning my eye as it was. So the fragrance or perfume smell off of this was already seeping, because I did this first, was already seeping up into my eye, pissing my eye off. Well, one time I went a little too far in and went like this with a fresh, applicator dip, and it was like I poured hot Satan in my eye, man. It was bad. Like, I'll take one of these brushes to show you an example. I went like this, and by the time I got to the outer corner, it had seeped down into the tear duct here and spread across my eye. And oh my God, it was like Satan had literally just licked my fucking eyeball. It was like I was saying all kinds of new cuss words. It was unbelievable. I'm sitting here, it's over there now, but I had the Givenchy fact card that came from Influencer. When they sent me the foundation, I'm sitting there doing this like a motherfucker trying to get it to stop. Oh man, it was bad. And not once did it do that, but several times it did that. And I applied this every day at night before bed. I don't know if you're supposed to use it twice a day or once a day. I read the information, but that was a couple weeks ago. And I was doing it once a day at night. I would put my eye cream and stuff on, and before I'd go to bed, I'd put it on. And it stays sticky and tacky on your lid for a couple of hours, so you'll end up with like cat hair and stuff stuck in it if you have animals. So be wary of that. Even if you like let it fully dry before you leave the bathroom, it will stay stacky. I'm making new words now. It will stay tacky on the eyelid. So that was the other thing that I noticed that wasn't so fun about this, because, I sleep like this. So I'll grab my face, I'll stick my heel of my hand in the crease here, and I go whoop, and I push up, and then I sleep like this most nights. I have one hand, I grab the blanket and curl it up here, and I have my hand like this on the pillow, and that's how I sleep. And then if I flip over, I do the same thing on the other side. So my face, I literally cup my hands onto my face. And then, you know, it also keeps your face from getting wrinkle marks on it. But yeah, I slept like that for decades. But I would notice that like my hand would stick to my eyelid. I was using it on the upper lash line, and I started using it in the tail of my brow. That's where that wild, you know, crazy like ring hair came from. And I was like, you know what? I'll just use whatever's left of this. And I started doing the whole eyebrow. I did notice not only did I get more eyebrow growth out of this, but it also seemed to make my eyebrow look a little darker too. So if you're trying to get your lashes to look a little darker, then I think that definitely worked. I was a little concerned about after like the last few times using it, it was causing my eye even more and more irritation. I don't know if it was this and this, or if it was just this that was causing the problem. So I have stopped using both of these. It's been more than 2 days. I think tonight would make 3 days since I stopped using both of these. And I'm filming this on December 7th right now. So just to give you an idea. But the thing is that I noticed that with this, I mean, it was doing some things, but the irritation on my lid, it was starting to make my eyelid up here like really super itchy. And like I would be doing this, you know, with products, and I'm like, man, I got my fucking eyes itching. Actually, it kind of itches right now because I'm messing with my eye, but it actually itches underneath, not on top. That was another thing. Because the other product was making my eye water and stuff, who knows how much of that stuff stayed on my eyelid because it was constantly getting flushed off. So I'm going to have to test this out a little bit more. Probably give my eye a break for a few days and just try this by itself to see if I notice anything else. I know that it said it takes several weeks for this to start making any sort of like noticeable changes, and I get that. But the thing is that this is a $65 product. Even if it works great, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to rebuy it because I'm buying a home. Like, I go sign papers next week for my very first home, so, like, that's a lot of money. But, I mean, I know people rave about the Lilly lashes, the lash glue. A lot of people like the lash glue from the Lilly lashes over, like, House of Lashes. And I'm allergic to latex, so I really am not into some of the other lash glues because I use the Kiss Lash adhesive, the aloe one, because it's latex-free. It works fine. Actually, it's right here on my tray. So this is what I use. And it's just strip lash adhesive. So I'm going to have to like put this on pause for right now. I will probably pick this back up on Friday and try using it again. It's been since Friday since I used it last. So I will give it a full 7 days before I start using it again, just to see if there's a noticeable difference or if it still is irritating my eye after I stopped this product here. Then we'll see. I'll see where to go from there. But this is just a miniature review right now on the Lilly lashes. What are you again? Level Up Lash Enhancing Serum. I will leave the information for this link down below if you're curious about it and you want to look at it. And of course, Trendmood. I'll leave Trendmood or Trendmood, the Trendmood box website listed down below as well. I don't have like a discount code with them, I don't think, but they did give me a link that people could use, and I think you'll save like 10% off on it. I don't know if it's affiliated. If it's affiliated, I'll put an asterisk next to it just in case you guys don't want to help me earn like 3% or whatever the hell that she gives you for that kind of stuff. I'll leave that stuff linked down below. Anyways, so I'm going to give that a break for another couple of days. It is currently Tuesday. I have a couple more days to go, and then I'll pick it back up again. I have been recording with my phone. I'll have to find somewhere in this video to like cut it and like put those phone clips in so you guys can see the application and the lash changes over, you know, a 2-week period and see what your opinions are. I'll try and remember to like time stamp them or like date stamp them on the screen so that when I pull a video file in from my phone, it should have a date on it that I can see, that I can just, put a note on the screen that, filmed, XYZ date. So that way you can see the dates and the changes, and they're very minor changes within the first 2 weeks that I noticed, but there was some changes. So it's not like a complete scam product like I thought it would be, but I'm also grateful that it didn't change my eyebrow. My eyes brown. I mean, it did change my eyebrow, but it didn't change my eyes brown. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and go. I have about 12 minutes left on lunch, and hopefully my pizza is done by now because I'm getting a little on the hangry side, and I've got more shit that I got to get filmed. And we have like a major training thing with like CEO people of my company for the next 3 hours, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Anyways, I will see you guys later. I'm Rebecca Oberstadt. Have a fantastic day or night, wherever you are. Bye.